Imagine for a moment that you are sitting in front of the recruiter. The recruiter is going to ask you questions onto the profile that you have submitted to the recruiter and onto the introduction that you have given in front of him. Now, as I always used to say, each HR interview question and the answer that you are going to give to the recruiter is having the potential of giving rise to at least 10 number of cross questions. So, be very careful with regard to the words that you are speaking in front of the recruiter. Be very countable with your words. Now, if you have said something, do have a backup plan, do have a backup example for that one, so that when the recruiter is going to put you any cross question onto that one, you could be having that potential to address to that cross question. Now, today I am going to tell you certain important HR interview questions which is very essential, and you must know the tricky way to respond to that one or to address to that one. So, in today's session we will talk about the most frequently asked HR interview questions in any interview. Technical questions are easy to attend, they are direct in nature, they do not have any sort of cross dimensional ways to be asked to you. They are very straightforward questions with straightforward answers. Either you know or you do not know. But when we come across the HR interview questions, they are very much open ended questions, and to that you must always have within your mind the open ended answers. Now, you must be just thinking that, Mr. Dev, can you please explain to us what is open ended question and what is open ended answer? The questions wherein the end point of the question is not locked. For instance, if I will ask you, tell me something about the choice of your career, that why you have chosen this branch of engineering. Now, it is a direct question. Now, if I could ask this question in an indirect way or maybe in an open ended way, then I can just ask this question like this: if you won't have been an engineer today, what else you could have been in your career? So, tell me something about the choice of your career apart from engineering. Now, the same question, little twisted, little turned and asked to you in a different way, in a different dimension. Now, in the previous question I asked you, tell me why you have chosen engineering. It is a direct question. Now, again it is an open ended question as well. Now, you would say, what is open ended? Wherein the end point is not been restricted. Your reasons for choosing career as engineering may be different. My reason may be different, his reason may be different, others' reason may be different. So, now the way you are going to explain why you have chosen this particular branch, this particular learning, you are going to explain about yourself. You are not going to explain about someone else, rather you are going to explain about yourself, and your answers are completely unique and different from others. But if I will just ask you, knowing the fact that you are a mechanical engineer or a civil engineer or an electrical engineer, which branch of engineering do you belong to? Now, you cannot say, being a mechanical engineer, that I belong to a civil engineering background, or being a civil engineering background, you cannot say that I belong to electrical engineering background. Now, this is exactly called as closed ended question with closed ended answer. The end point of the question is restricted to which branch of engineering you belong to, and you have to also answer to which branch of engineering you are, or to which stream or to which branch of learning you are. Now, if you are really very clear with regard to what is open end and what is closed end, let me take you to the question of today's discussion. Today we will be discussing about certain basic frequently asked questions, and we will be getting the proper answers or the proper way of interpretations to that sort of questions. So, I would like to say to all of you to please see the next sequence videos which will speak about the different HR interview questions one by one. Now, with this, your host, your coach, your mentor is resting his words, and I will be making the next videos with regard to the frequently asked interview questions. Wait for that. Thank you for listening to me.